Hello everyone, once again, welcome to my channel. My name is Shivakrishnan and I upload videos related to data analytics and its tools such as Excel and Power BI. And I also upload videos related to AI and prompt engineering at times. So thank you very much for staying connected with my channel, and thank you very much for your continuous support, because it does encourage me in creating lot many valuable videos. Okay, so in today's video we are going to do a complete analysis of the data set that we have. So we have the retail store sales data set that I have created with the help of COPILOT AI. Okay, and I'll take you all the way to the bottom of the data set. So here we have from 2008 till 2024, as you can see, for 10,500 rows. In real life, the data set will be extremely large, but for analogy, I think this should be sufficient. This data set should be sufficient, all right. And since I was running short of time, I just, could not expand the data set to lakhs of rows. All right. So now let's get started with the today's video. Okay. Now here we can see that I've already created the pivot, but obviously I'm going to create this dashboard in Power BI, but I'm just walking you through the data set and the DAX queries that we are going to use. Okay, I've done the pivot, sorted the top 5 selling items basis the sales amount. Okay, and you can see that smartphone sales have been up to have yielded a revenue of 1 crore 30 lakhs, as you could see. And in case if it's not clearly visible, then I'll do one thing. I'll paste this data in another sheet, and I'll highlight this in bigger numbers. Okay, so I'll just show this to you. Here you can see that it's 1 crore 30 lakh 15,491. That is for give me a moment. It'll be for smartphone, and I'll paste the name of the item as well, so that it becomes very easier to understand. I'll format here also. Okay, you can see this here, right? The smartphone sales have been at 1 crore 30 lakh 15,491. Okay, so that's the sales revenue for smartphones. And then you have tablet that have sold 1 crore 20 lakhs, laptops 1 crore plus, headphones 92 lakh 8,617, and then you have keyboard 90 lakhs, right? So now we are going to use some DAX queries, all right, and basis that we are going to identify the classification of the product by sales. I'll be using few DAX queries such as switch. Okay, so let's get started. Firstly, I will write the DAX queries. I'll be done with the DAX queries, so that later on for the dashboard purposes it will become much easier and much helpful. All right. Actually, the management, you'll be creating a dashboard. Imagine that you have the manager, right, and the director of the operations has asked you to create a dashboard that could give them the picture of what is exactly going on, and in regards to the inventory, in regards to sales and everything. All right. So first of all, I'll be creating one simple DAX query using some function, and I'll tell you, although we have the total sales amount here, okay, I still will be writing in this DAX query, because this particular section, this particular item will be later on handy when we are writing the switch DAX query. Okay, so total sales value is equals to sum, select that, and then we'll select this particular header. Here in this data set, we already have the headers and everything. We can see this clearly, and in the earlier video I had to count the columns manually, but here in this particular video is going to be a little easier, okay, because you could clearly see the header names. All right, I'll select this total sales amount and I'll close the bracket and hit enter. In a few minutes time, this DAX query should be created. Okay, so this DAX query is done. All right, so now we are going to create another DAX query for the cost price, because we have the cost price per unit, but we do not have the total cost price. So I'll create total cost price. Okay, in the meanwhile, I do suggest that to please watch the video till the end, so that you will be able to learn few valuable things. All right, especially when it comes to watching the dashboard creating videos, I do watch the videos till the end, right? And that's what helps me in creating these type of dashboards. So your dashboard will be very much complete and very much useful with the help of DAX queries, right? Keep this in mind. Okay, and that's what is most likely going to be asked in the interview as well. Okay, so is equals to the name of this DAX measure is total cost price, is equals to, you will write SUMX. Okay, so first it says a table. The table will be what? Our file name, updated retail store sales data, then comma, what is the expression? You will select cost price per unit, okay, multiply by quantities sold. All right, so we'll assume that, basis the number of quantities that are being sold, that will be the only items that we have. I'm assuming that because we do not have the inventory picture, as in how many items are stacked in the inventory, we do not have that information. So for this dashboard purposes, we will assume that, basis the number of quantities sold, that these quantities were purchased at the particular cost price per unit. So we'll multiply those two columns, then we will get the picture of the total cost price for that particular product. Okay, all right, so we selected this, and now we will close the bracket and we hit enter. This will do the row level calculation. Okay, and then once this DAX query is written, we'll be able to even generate the profit as well. All right, so multiple DAX queries are going to be used in this particular video. Please do watch this video till the end. Okay, all right, so this, you can see this, that the total cost price has been generated. We'll cross check this with the help of creating by creating the card. In the meanwhile, I will cross check this with Excel as well. Let's say by creating another pivot to find out the total cost price value. So that we can cross check whether our computation has been completely correct. And okay, total cost price. I hope that the Excel does not get stuck while doing the calculation, hopefully. It will take some time because the data set is huge. Alright, so we have created the total cost price in Excel as well, and control paste special values so that while creating pivot it does not get stuck. Okay, let's find out what's the total cost price for all the products combined. Okay, I'll drag the product name, the row section, and I'll drag it here. Let's go to the bottom. You can figure out it's going to be, let's see, I'll select paste special, copy and paste special, and I just want to find out, I'll make sure that this font is bold. I'll increase the font size so that you'll be able to see it for yourself. Okay, so the number, let's see, it's 19 crore 59 lakhs. And in case if you are from the Western world, you're wondering what is 19 crores, it ideally stands for 10 million. Okay, so 1 crore is 10 million, and 10 crore obviously is 100 million. So it's actually 200 million is what the total cost price, right? So let's find out the total cost price. I'll select the card, and ideally the value that we had derived using the DAX query should correspond to our calculation. Yes, it's very much the same. It's 195 million, right? That's the same calculation we've got. 195 million, which is 19 crore 59. So our DAX query did, fetch the correct value and everything. I was just cross checking. All right. So now we are going to write another DAX query, which will give us the profit. Again, we are going to use this queries are going to be created. Do watch the video till the end. It's going to be very much helpful, and we are going to do complete and a detailed analysis as in what exactly is going on in the retail store. Okay, so I'll write this profit, total profit is equals to SUMX, select the table where you have the data, comma, the expression. What we are going to look at, we are going to deduct the total cost price from the total sales amount, right? So we'll select that minus total cost price. Okay, close the bracket, hit enter. It'll take some time for the DAX query to be created. All right, so this is what will happen in real life scenario also, right? So the management wants to know, like, what was the profit that we have created, right? What is the profit that has been generated over so many years? All right, and we also have to identify the loss making items so that we don't stack enough of them, right? And that we will identify with the help of switch query, switch DAX query. Okay, I'll drag the card here, All right. Now let me drag the total profit here. See, so 83 million has been the profit overall. Okay, and this was possible with the help of the DAX query that we have created. So now you would have understood that why I was creating this total, I'm so sorry, total cost price, right? Because I had to create this particular column, this particular DAX query, because after minus deducting total sales amount from the total cost price, you have the total profit. All right. So I'm going to delete this for the time being, because I will later on update this year. I'll update the cards and everything while at the end of creating the dashboard. Okay. I deleted this. Right, now we're going to create another DAX query, which is known as switch. I know this is getting a little tedious, but believe me or not, if you can create this kind of a complete and a comprehensive dashboard for the sake of management, your manager is going to be impressed. Believe me or not, because these type of calculations are going to be needed in the real life world as well, right? In real life world, you may not have everything readily available. That is the reason why uh, a data analyst is needed in the first place, right? Because you have to do the complete data analysis and present this to the management so that they can make decisions, which in turn will, have an impact on the total profit and also in reducing the cost. Okay. Right, now I'll write product sales classification is equals to where, okay, then space, total quantities. No, I think I'll total sales value. Or I would write total sales revenue, because it'll be easier for me to later on identify. Okay. See, the reason we are required to do this initially with the where variable is that because temporarily it will store the sales value in this, and from then it'll pick up the data from this particular total sales revenue is equals to total sales value. See, initially we can't even fetch the column, right? That's why I had created this total sales value as a DAX query. Although we have the total sales amount here, right? I had to create this so that while writing the switch DAX query, this will be handy. So now we are having this total sales value. We'll select that. Okay, now I'll write return. So now it will return to switch function. Switch true. You select that. Okay, that's the expression true. So now we are going to evaluate multiple you know multiple conditions. All right. And I'll be very honest with you that this detailed, I mean, switch query is something I learned on my own. I did not, I haven't seen extensively any videos on switch. I just wrote a prompt to AI and it taught me what switch DAX query is all about. All right, and I'm using this. Okay, so now we have the switch, then we have true. All right. So what is our expression? I think I got stuck in a while. Just give me some time and I'll appreciate your patience here. Okay. So total sales value. All right. Sometimes I think, when we get stuck, then it's okay to take a pause, take a deep breath, and then stay calm, and then, continue with our work, right? So the total sales value, if it is greater than, let's say, 75,000, okay, I'll mention this as very high. Okay, then once again, the first value and then the result. Basis of first value, it will give us the classification that these items, anything that is above the value of, you know uh, I don't think it's 75,000. No, it's 75 lakhs, I would say, right? Because we are doing the classification basis the amount, right? So it's 7,50,000. No, 75 lakhs. I'm just counting the number of zeros. 1, 2, 3. I think let's do one thing. Let's start from the beginning. 75, 750, 7,500, 75,000, 7,50,000, 75 lakh. If it's greater than 75 lakh, it'll be very high. Okay. Then once again, it says basis of first value, we have done the evaluation result. The second value, what is that? If the total sales value, if it is less than, or let's say if it is greater than 65 lakhs, 6,500, 65,000, 6,50,000, 65 lakh. The 65 lakh, it's nothing but 6.5 million. Okay. If it is that, then we would say it's high. All right. So the second value, we have done the evaluation for second value. Value 1 result, value 2 result, now value 3. Total sales value, if it is, let's say if it is greater than 30 lakhs, 3,000, 30,000, 3 lakh, 30 lakhs, then we would say it's medium. I'm just wondering, should I keep it at 30 lakhs? And I really keep this as, let's say, 18 lakhs. Anything less than that will be low. $18,000, 1,80,000, 18 lakh. Then it should be medium. And now total sales value, if it is less than 18 lakhs, $18,000, 1,80,000, 18 lakhs. If it's less than that, then it is low. Okay. Now we are done with this DAX query. I'll close the bracket, hit enter. Our entire DAX query should be ready by now. I know this is getting a little, exhausting for you guys, but please remember that this type of comprehensive dashboard will be required, once in a while, wherein the management wants to see the complete picture, as in what exactly is going on, especially when it comes to the yearly review and everything, right? Or even let's say, as a matter of fact, for the monthly review or even for the yearly review, these type of dashboards will be very much needed, and they'll be very much crucial from the data analyst perspective. Okay, so now we are done with the DAX query and everything, and I'll show you why we wrote this DAX query for switch. Okay, and here we have the matrix visual. I'll drag the product name in the row section, and then I'll drag the total total sales value, and we will also drag the product sales classification, so we'll be able to understand what's the classification for the items. All right, now I'm going to sort by product total sales value. Okay, you can see this: the smartphone, tablet, laptop, headphones, keyboard, camera, charger. These are high selling items, very high, so obviously this will be a top priority, and we can forecast that there'll be huge demand for these items. All right, and then smartwatch and printer, again these are high selling items. And then you have wardrobe, lamp, bed, refrigerator, bookshelf, washing machine, monitor, chair, AC. All these items are medium selling items. All right, and then we come down to the bottom. We find out that slow cooker, 3D printer, electric scooter, face mask, television, smart glasses. These are low selling items. So in the inventory, right, we'll either reduce the inventory for these items so that we can free up the space for high selling items, right? That in turn should increase the profits for us. All right, or we will eliminate some low selling items. So now you would have understood that why we wrote the complex so many DAX queries, right? They are very much interlinked. All right, so now let's get started with the creation of dashboard. All right, I'll delete this, format report page, wallpaper, and I'll assign a rectangle that will act as a header. Okay, click on style, and let's see what's the color we need. I think I'm okay with this color. Let me enlarge the rectangle a little bit. Okay, good. Click on the visual, style, and then enable text. We need the header, right? And I'll change the font color to black. Retail store sales analysis. I'll ensure that this font color, this font type, it's bold. Let's enlarge this further. Okay, decrease the font size because I'll have to write a word dashboard also. So give me a moment. Dashboard. Retail store sales analysis dashboard. Okay. Alright. Now what I'm going to do is I'll add 3 cards, one beneath the other. Okay. And this, they will give us a picture as in the total sales value, total cost price, and the profit. And another card. Okay. And here I'll add the slicer. Let me modify. Give me one moment. Okay, I'm just aligning them in such a way that they look very attractive. Okay, and let me enlarge this thing. All right, here in the field I'll drag the product name, or I think I would rather say that now I'll click the year, select the year. Give me a moment. Okay. I think that now I'm just making sure that the years are properly visible, because earlier they were not properly visible. And let me drag it here. Let's say it takes some time. Okay. Alright, I think they are neatly aligned. Alright, so now we'll see the total sales. I'll drag it here. And we have to do some editing for these visuals. Call out value, we want it in millions, right? Let's see. Take some time, give me a moment. Okay, I think it makes a lot of sense now. So 279 million is the total sales value. Now we'll look at the total cost price. And ideally the management will want to know that also. So let's see this. We'll drag it here, total cost price. Once again, I'll make sure that display units are in millions and we don't need any decimals. Cool. And now finally a profit. This is the icing in the cake, right? Okay. Once again, display unit, millions. We don't need decimals. I think we're fine with this. We only make sure that we change the background color so that it becomes easy to identify, and also from the presentation perspective it becomes attractive also. Okay, go to effects. What color do we need? Let's say I need this one. Okay, now for this one we'll change the color to this, and then call out value, we'll change the color for that as well, white. Okay, category label, we'll change the color for that also, total cost price, right? We'll do the same needful for this particular card as well. We'll make sure that it's bold, and we'll change the color to black. This is looking very attractive now, right? I'll make sure to align these three cards here. Okay, it's neatly aligned. I'm not done with the editing the fonts here. I still have to do this. Let me see. Increase the font size a little bit so that it's very much visible. Okay, I think we're good to go now. No, I think I still need to increase this a little bit. Okay, we're good to go. Finally, the most important part, which is the profit. Let's see. Go to general, effects. What color do we need? I think this is better, right? This color is different, this color is different. This is light green, this is dark green, right? Or medium green, but still for identification purposes this is much better. It's actually 2 a.m. right now, so that's one of the reasons why my volume is not that high. You may have to excuse me for this. Call out value, font color is black. Okay, category label, change the font color to black. Increase the font size and make sure this is bold as well. Call out value, show black. is cool, right? All right, now we are done with this, and so let's say that now if someone wants to find out what happened in 2012, now click on that. The values will be changed automatically, right? Okay, now let us look at the yearly sales. I'll have the clustered column chart. I'll resize this. Okay, all right, and in x-axis we need the year. We'll drag the year in x-axis, and then in the y-axis it will be the total sales value, so that we get to see the yearly sales, right? Okay, let's find out how's the trend like. 2008 the sales was very much high and it saw a decline. 2010, alright, now we'll have to change the background color for this particular chart. Let's see. We want to make sure that it's very colorful and attractive. I mean, for entertainment purposes, I'm just changing the colors and everything so that the dashboard looks very attractive. But then in real life scenario, it depends on the requirements by the management. They will tell you what color do they need for each particular visual. All right, general, effects, background. Let's see, what color do we need? Or rather I would say what color. Want to make sure that it's pretty light red color. Okay, and then the columns, we'll change the color for the columns. No, it's not looking good. Go with black. Or maybe I'll go with blue. Okay, I think this is much better. So it's self-explanatory, right? You can see the trend. 2008 sales was fabulous. It saw a decline in a couple of years. Then again the sales went up. The sales went down. And over so many years, the sales have not been so good. So we'll have to find out what happened. Okay. Now we'll see the product wise sales also. In the x-axis we will have the product name and the total sales value in the y-axis. And this time I will not change the color. I'll just remain as it is, because for identification purposes this color is pretty much evident that this is for yearly sales, this is for product wise sales. I'll have to change. do some changes here. Go to general. I'll make sure that the heading is very much visible. Align it in the center. Increase the font. Okay. Make sure that this is bold. Okay. Total sales by year. Pretty much self-explanatory, right? We want to see the yearly sales. And now on the left hand side, we have to do some changes for x-axis and y-axis. Okay. In x-axis we have the year and we have the total sales value in y-axis, right? So let's do some changes. The range, give me a few minutes, okay? Because while I'm making this video, I'm also creating this dashboard. I'm just trying to see if I could increase the font type. Data format, let's see if I could. No, I don't think we need this. Okay, I figured out. I'll just have to increase this in the value section, right? Okay, so now it's pretty much visible. Alright, and I'll do the same thing for the product sales also. Go to title, and I'll write product wise sales. Product wise sales. Increase the font size. Align in the center. Ensure that the font for product wise sales is bold. Okay, I think this is good. Now I'll do the needful for the values. Ensure that the font is black, dark black, and increase the font size. Ensure it is bold. Okay. Now let me enlarge this. So now you can clearly see this, right? Now let me sort descending. So you can clearly see that the smartphone is at the top, tablet followed by laptop, followed by headphones, followed by keyboard, right? All right. So now this is our main dashboard. Let me rename this as sales analysis. Okay. All right. I think this is neat and very attractive as well. Right. Now let's go to another page. And here we will see the product wise classification. Click on rename, product wise breakdown. Or I would rather say detailed sales analysis. Because the management wants to know, like, what happened, that the trend is looking in the downward graph. What exactly happened, right? So we need to fix this. Maybe in case if we have ordered a lot of low selling items, so we will find that out in this particular page. Okay, in the row section we need the year, and we'll see the sales value. I'll drag this in the value section, and then also product sales classification. Okay. I mean, yearly obviously will only give the picture as very high and all that stuff, but unless we see the product wise information, we will not get the real picture. So this is the yearly picture, and now we will see the product wise picture. I'll drag the product name in the row section, total sales value, and the classification. Product sales classification in the value section. I'll drag that. Okay. Let me sort by total sales value, so that the high selling items will be at the top. Okay. Right, so now some of you would have also guessed it, and in case if you have watched the video till here, I really appreciate you very much for this, that you have patiently watched the whole video till this particular section. Now we'll make this more interesting by, in case you may be wondering that what if we want to see the yearly and the product wise breakdown together. Absolutely, we can do that. I'm just ensuring that it's getting dragged to the top. Okay. And I'm so sorry, I apologize. I'll drop another matrix visual to the bottom, and this time we will see the yearly and the product wise breakdown. Okay, keep the I'll drag the year in the row section, and in the column section we'll add the product name. And now we will see a detailed breakdown. Drag the product sales classification in the values. Okay, so now you can see the entire picture here, that in the year 2008 there are only few low selling items, but in the year, when we do the comparison, let's say when you go to the main page, and for example, let's say which was a year where the store sales is very low, 2016. So let's say if we want to see, if the management wants to see for 2016 what went wrong, they can come down to this visual and find out if many low selling items were ordered. So we'll count how many low selling items were ordered. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we'll also see the comparison in terms of total sales value for 2016 compared to other years. Let's see. Okay, so in 2016, what was the total sales value? It's 1 crore 24 lakh 38,000, whereas in 2008 it was at this high, right? Which was 44 crore. Okay, now let's find out. Let's take a look at the product wise detailed analysis. All right, now we'll come up with the root cause analysis and in fact the suggestions. Okay, I'll write suggestions. Alright, now we are approaching the end of the video. Alright, so let me see if I could write this in the text box or if it's going to be the rectangle shape. Let's see. Give me a moment. Okay, click on style and say I'll stick with this color. Okay, let's ensure the text is enabled. Okay, change the color to black. Here we'll write findings. Okay, I'll write this here. There was a decline in sales from 2016 to 2023 due to low selling items being purchased. And if we reduce the low selling items and increase the quantities of high selling items, then that can significantly increase the profits. Right? Because see, what happens is that if you purchase items and if they are not selling well, then it's a loss, right? So we have to make sure that we're not keeping those low selling items. All right, this is a suggestion that you're going to give to the management. Okay, I would rather say there was a decline. I'll change this, low selling items being low selling items being stored, being bought and stored. And if we reduce the low selling items, inventory of low selling items, yes, inventory of low selling items and increase the quantities of high selling items. Inventory of high selling items, then that can increase the inventory quantities of high selling items, then that can increase significantly increase your profits. Okay, all right. So that's it. You know, we have approached the end of this video. And we have the Q&A here, so that anyone wants to ask a question, they can ask and get the answer. And I'll rename this Q&A. Q&A. All right. So we approached and we have done the complete analysis to find out what exactly went wrong, and the detailed sales analysis, we have the complete picture, as in which items that did not contribute to our profits at all. All right. So now I hope you would have understood the reasons why we created so many tax queries. If I were to look at the number of tax queries that we wrote, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. We wrote 4 tax queries. All right. I really appreciate you in watching the entire video. Thank you so much for patiently watching that. And I'll hope to see you in the next video. Okay. And in case if you have not subscribed to the channel, do subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much.